Hi there, I'm Sashi Sivram Krishna and welcome to my course Macroeconomics, a Modern Money Theory Perspective. We are in part 1 of the course Macroeconomics and Money. In lecture 2, we will answer the question, what is microeconomics? In lecture 1, we defined economics as the study of the market system. In this lecture, we will look at what we mean by microeconomics. Microeconomics is defined as the study of individual markets for goods and services. The market system consists of millions of such individual markets for every conceivable good or service. For instance, we have markets for apples, we have markets for different varieties of apples, we have markets for economists, we have markets for aircraft, and so on. In microeconomics, we look at 4 specific questions when it comes to understanding individual markets. The first question is, how do they work? Here we use the concept of supply and demand, how markets generate price signals, and how the market reaches an equilibrium. We then look at how well markets work. Here we introduce the concept of social welfare. Social welfare may be defined as the sum of consumer surplus and producer surplus. When a market reaches an equilibrium, social welfare is maximized. There is no other allocation of resources which can yield a superior outcome. The third question that we are keenly interested in is when and why do markets fail? Here we find that there are 2 main reasons for such failure. The first is what we call as market structure reasons, and the second is what we may term as non-market structure reasons. Market structure reasons are when we have imperfectly competitive markets, for instance monopolies, monopolistically competitive markets, or oligopolies. In the case of non-market structure reasons for market failure, it would include, for instance, imperfect information, where buyers and sellers do not have the same amount of information. The second is what we call as externalities, like for instance pollution, and the third is risk and uncertainty. These are some of the reasons why markets fail to give us an optimal outcome. Once we understand the causes of market failure, then we try to answer the fourth question, which is how do we set market failure right? Here we look at 2 possibilities again. The first is through market-based instruments. For example, in pollution markets, we could use carbon trading as a possibility. Or if such market-based instruments are not available, we must turn to the state. The state can intervene sometimes through instruments like taxation to set market failure right. Although all prices are expressed in terms of money, microeconomists have not delved deep into the notion of money. Money is treated as just a medium of exchange that lubricates the wheel of commerce. It helps us overcome the problems of barter, it makes exchanges smooth and easy, and thereby allows for specialization which goes on to improve our standards of living. Microeconomics emphasizes the neutrality of money. It focuses on looking beneath the veil of money to study the exchange mechanism and the real economy. This is an aspect regarding money that we will return to throughout this course.